Hi, I'm Tammy Wynn, owner and founder of Paws. Our clients tell us we're different, and here's why. Paws was born from a pet parent's heart. I wasn't a veterinary professional. I was a pet parent and a social worker who lost a pet, and it affected me deeply. As a result, at the age of 50, I became a veterinary professional, and I created a service that focuses strictly on the needs of the pet and the pet parent as they prepare to say goodbye. As such, we have an interdisciplinary team of licensed and specially trained professionals to take care of both the pet and the human, and we've done that since day one. Our unique program is called the Pet Parent Peace of Mind Program. Naming the program was easy. After clients enrolled, I repeatedly heard them say, "Now I have peace of mind." The number one concern of pet parents is they don't want their pets to suffer. We know pets struggling with old age and terminal illness do suffer when their pain isn't managed and when their symptoms aren't controlled. But you and your pet don't need to travel for treatment. Our team of veterinarians and registered vet techs travel to you. Pet parents can suffer too, wondering when is it time. Our service provides the humans in the family psychological support to weigh options and make compassionate decisions all along the way. No question is too small. Our goal is truly to provide pet parent peace of mind. I sat down with some of our clients to hear how the Pet Parent Peace of Mind program helped them, and here's what they had to say.
I was worried about what if I'm on the road and the house sitter, the dog sitter is there. What are they going to do? What kind of care will be given to him? And so those things really were heavy in my mind and also in my heart.
The veterinarian from Angel's Paws came into our home, and did an analysis of Sophia in her own environment. And, she said that, she's still got a little pep in her step, but she's definitely in a lot of pain. You can see that. So once we got her onto a little more of a comfort care kind of regimen as opposed to a clinical kind of regimen, she started acting like her normal self again. At that point, she was she was weak, but she wasn't going to play fetch again, but she started talking again, and, she was able to do some stairs again. And the way she had been just several days earlier, I never thought I was going to have that type of quality interactive time with her ever again.
I had a step stool for her to get onto the bed, but she could just do it a lot more freely. She was more relaxed. I could tell she slept better. There were times before the medicine I would hear her meow and I wouldn't know why, and I think now that was from pain, because after the pain medicine she didn't do that anymore. So it helped her a lot.
We wanted to make sure Maddie was in the best place comfort-wise and wasn't in any pain. And I think Angel's Paws was a godsend with that, being able to improve her quality of life, because we noticed even after Angel's Paws came out, the next day, it was like she was back to her old self. It really touched our hearts to see her, that spark in her eye come back.
And I had taken her to the vet, and she had had a terrible reaction at the vet. I had never seen a cat pant before, and we really almost lost her that night. And I knew I never wanted to have to take her back to the vet again.
Putting him in a car really stressed him out, just like Abby. So this really made it nice and easy and peaceful and relaxing for him. He just enjoyed life at home.
And just knowing that I could have her put to sleep in her environment where she was comfortable, as opposed to something very cold, very sterile. Because most pets are petrified to go to the vet as it is, because they think of, needles and pain. And the last place I wanted to put someone that had been there as almost a member of the family and such a support person, the last thing I wanted to do was make that what their last memory was. I wanted her last memory to be something that was warm and inviting and comfortable, where she felt surrounded by love. she went quietly and peacefully, and I stroked her as she took her last puffs.
It was very important. I remember the first visit that Helen made to my home, and when she was examining Blaine, Oliver was in the room with Blaine, and Oliver sort of became, although he was younger, the strong soldier. And every visit, Oliver was right there with Blaine, and Oliver walked that path with me and with Blaine. And I feel that Oliver gave Blaine a sense of security. And that may seem a bit strange to non-pet people, but those of us who love our pets and bring them into our homes and our families, we see the dynamic. And so that whole dynamic, and again, how you all came in and put all of the pieces and kept that family together, it made a huge difference.
We had Toby for an extra 2.5 months, I truly believe, because of the support and services that we received from everyone here.
And so I think the best gift that Angel's Paws gave to me was that extra month of time that I didn't think I was going to have with Sophia. And I really treasured every minute that I had with her during that final month, because I didn't think I was going to have that again.
And because I was in uncharted waters and I was experiencing anticipatory grief, I felt that my judgment would be clouded. And having you, having Helen, having the staff helped me to be focused. It helped me to calm myself so that my dog could have a joyful pet parent, because I think all of our animals and our people in our lives need a joyful person. And I couldn't be that joyful person and give that confidence to Blaine without your all support and help, because you helped me help him. And you helped me go through those uncharted waters. I knew that I had a resource, and I knew that my resources would be on time, consistent, loving, and caring.
There was probably not a week that went by that I did not call about a question here to talk to everyone. And I mean, it was just...
There's an answer.
Yes.
And support, and we were able to get the final care we needed.
Yeah, I mean, just knowing that you all are just a simple phone call away is such a pet peace of mind. I mean, it really, really is.
Number one, it was great from day one because you had an ear that would listen to you. And also it was really nice because you could tell your first priority was the pet's quality of life. Yeah, the comfort and quality of life. And that at that point, you could see your dog suffering and upset and in pain with this diagnosis, and maybe even part of the treatment was uncomfortable. Our heart broke number one, we wanted to cure her. But I guess as we got a little further down, we realized it wasn't working and she wasn't getting better. Mm-hmm. So at that point, we needed somebody that could take care of her quality of life and make her feel better. Not necessarily cure it, but make her feel better.
Yeah, and I think that just help us look at the big picture and not just be so focused on shrinking the tumor and giving her a couple more years at what cost, and was it even realistic for the tumor to even shrink at all?
Ultimately, she just could not keep food down because there was a blockage in her stomach that wouldn't allow the food to pass. And so it was either going to be a very, very, very expensive surgery, which would be very painful for her, or the vet told us it's either expensive surgery or put her down. And at that point, I mean, we had a very, very special bond. She had been with me, she was the first cat we had after I married my husband. I had been diagnosed with a chronic illness, and so she was with me through that whole part of my life. She had moved 4 times with us. So, I mean, she had really gone through a lot of major chapters in my life. And so the thought of, okay, a couple $1,000s out of surgery or put her down here just was kind of a shock when those were the options that were given to me.
No, so with Blossom, as soon as she turned 15, I don't know why that was my magical age, but I decided I wanted to enroll her in the Pet Peace of Mind program. She was not ill. She did not have a diagnosis. I just kind of felt like she's old, and I wanted to have that support for what would be coming, for whenever that would be. And she was actually in the program for 1.5 years before she did pass. And I feel like she had a quality life. Angel's Paws helped her pain with arthritis, and she was, starting to not be as mobile. It appeared she would be in pain sometimes when she would walk. So Angel's Paws helped with that. In that 1.5 years, I never had to take her to the vet, which was awesome. She was not a cat that handled going to the vet very well. So that wasn't an issue for her. She got to stay home. She got to be loved on and fed and played with and not be in pain and enjoy her what should be golden years. She got to have the golden years. So to have that partnership with Angel's Paws was wonderful. And because I did have her enrolled for that long, Angel's Paws got to see her well. So they had that point of reference to go on. So I really trusted when Angel's Paws said, I think we might need to look into when it's time to say goodbye. I think we're getting close. And that helped me a great deal.
But looking back, I wish we would have called the oncologist and Angel's Paws at the same time. So we could have been treating the tumor in the best possible way, but also treating Maddie's quality of life. And, I would have, to be able to eliminate any of her pain that she was having while going through that treatment would have been our first and foremost thing that we would want to do.
Do it early.
Yes, enroll early, for sure.